Good Monday morning. Hello everyone. Great to see you. So for today's practice, we're going to be doing back bends that originate from the knee. That's where we'll be building up to. So if you'd like now to get yourself either a blanket, perhaps even just a cushion from your sofa will work. If you have a bolster, that can be nice. And as always, you can use your yoga mat and you'll be able to flip it over and have a rolled up mat that has got 3 or 4 layers of your mat to help protect your knees if you have any issues. All right, starting off, let's first come to a nice easy seat, sitting up tall, spines long, shoulders away from your ears, wrists draped over knees, and tallness through the crown of your head. Bringing your awareness inward and letting go of your day, your checklist to-dos, and focusing this next hour on your yoga practice. We'll start with 3 long, even breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Bring hands together at heart center. Set an intention for our practice. Something you'd like to achieve, some energy that you'd like to send to someone, or energy that you'd like to receive. Find your way onto your hands and knees, tabletop position, cat-cow to wake and warm up the spine. Hands go underneath the shoulders, knees underneath hips. Inhale, gaze up, tailbone up, belly hangs. Exhale, Halloween cat to pelvis, gaze to navel. Inhale, fill your lungs back up with air. And exhale, coming back around. Press the ribs up. Inhale, belly hangs and is soft. Exhale, pull the belly toward the spinal column. Inhale, tilt the hips up, and exhale, tilt them forward. A couple more times on your own. Side to side movement, shoulder movement. You can take the head in rotation one direction and the head in rotation in the other direction. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then curl your toes under, float your knees, floating table, separate the shoulder blades, lift the rib cage up to the ceiling. Then shift your weight, shoulders forward of the wrists and pause. Come behind the wrist and pause. Back over the wrists and to the right, pause. To the left and pause. To the middle. Knees touch, knees tip to the right, twist from the mid-spine, twist to the left, twist to the right, twist to the left, and return back to neutral. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. 5 breath cycles as you push into your heels, pedal your feet. Lift your hips up to the ceiling as you gaze toward your mid-thigh or your belly button. Inhale through your nose and exhale. On your next inhale, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Fold over your legs and just hold for a second. As you shift your hips up, press your thighs back, fold. Just relax the upper body. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Stretch the back of your legs. And then rooting through all the surface of your foot. Engage your core. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Big, full body stretch. Push into the outside edge of the feet. Reach up, gaze up to your thumbs. And exhale, standing Tadasana. Sun Salute A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold at the waist over your legs. Inhale, lift to halfway. And then exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. 5 breath rest. Start taking notice of where your body is at. Every single practice is different. So meet your body on the mat. We're working to connect the mind and the body together. We create an awareness of what your body is telling you today. On your next inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float to the front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms. Gaze up to your thumbs. And exhale, stand into Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Take your feet as wide as your mat. You may want to shorten your stance a touch. And then left hand to your right shin or ankle. Gaze up through your right armpit. Open up your side body. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Inhale, hands to the top. Switch sides. Working to keep neutral hips. Twist from your mid-spine where the ribs attach. Inhale, hands back to the top, feet to 2-fist distance. On your next inhale, look forward, walk, step, or float to the front. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms, gaze up to your thumbs. And exhale, stand in Tadasana. One more Sane. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog, baby cobra. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. We're going to do a little bit of core work here at the top of our practice. Bring your big toes together to touch with your right leg up into the air. Draw your chest toward your left thigh, stretch across the shoulders. And then bring your right knee to touch your right elbow on the tricep, right above it, and then shift your shoulders over or past your wrists. Inhale, lift the right leg back up in the air. Exhale, now bend your knee and take it to your nose. Touch your nose and hold. And then inhale, lift the right leg back up. Exhale, knee goes over to above the left elbow. Shift the shoulders forward. And then inhale back up. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Exhale, back out. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, back out. And exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, back out. Now, place the foot to the outside of the right hand. So you're taking the foot forward and then setting it down. Avoid dragging across the mat, sweeping. Right knee touches the right shoulder, shoulders over the wrists, fingers spread wide. Push into all your fingertips. You inhale through your nose and exhale. Stay here, or option to come down onto your forearms, lizard, or bring a block. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale through the nose. Steady, long, and even breaths. Lower the hips. Keep the knee close to the ribs. Inhale. Left hand bases in the center line of your mat. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe into the right outer hip. Keep pushing into the left heel. Twist in your body. Inhale and exhale. Revolved Skandasana. Take your right hand, point it toward your left foot. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot as you turn your right foot to face the long side of the mat. Lower your left hip down and then reach toward your right fingertips. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then exhale, coming back around to the front. Lower your left knee to the floor and then come up into a kneeling posture. Left hand on right thigh, right hand on top of left. Sit up tall, spread across your collarbones. And then start pushing into your left thigh. 90-degree angle is what we're aiming for here, between the upper body and the right thigh. Now, walk your right foot forward about 5 or 6 inches. Send the knee back over the ankle, then push into the right thigh. Return back to that 90 degrees. Feel that nice stretch there at the front of the left thigh. Chin ever so slightly to the chest. Make a length across the back of your neck. Tallness through the crown of your head. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then deepening still, I want you to take your knee past your ankle. Lean forward and then start sending your chest up. Breathing in and breathing out. Deepening there into the front of the left thigh. Now, knee back over the ankle. Reach your arms up overhead. Hook your thumbs. Gaze up toward the ceiling. Stretch the front of your body. As you inhale through the nose and exhale. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. Curl your left toes under, engaging your core, then float your right foot up, and then send it back downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, sway your hips, take notice of how you feel. If you'd like to move through a vinyasa, high push up to low, inhale, up dog, down dog, big toes touch. Left leg lifts up to the air. Chest draws toward the right thigh. Push into your fingertips. Left knee goes above the left elbow on the tricep. Shift the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale back up. Knee to nose. Exhale. Inhale. Left leg back up. Exhale. Knee to right tricep. Inhale back up. Knee to right, left tricep, inhale back up. Knee to forehead, inhale back up. Knee to opposite elbow, inhale back up. Left foot, place it to the outside of your left hand. In our low lunge, you always have the option of bringing the right knee to the floor if that's more comfortable for you. Powering up gives you the strength building. It also stretches the front of the right thigh as you breathe in the left hip. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Option for lizard, right forearm first and then it's the left. That left may float and you may notice a difference between what we did on the right side and the left side. Breathe into that, embrace the difference and work to bring balance. As you inhale and exhale. Hands come back to underneath the shoulders. Base your right hand to the midline. Lift your left arm up. Twisting. Breathing in through your nose. And exhale. Keep reaching up to the ceiling. And then exhale. Left hand points to the right foot. Left toes turn out to the long side as you roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Lower the right hip down. Revolve Skandasana. Lift your chest up. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Coming back around. Hands base underneath the shoulders. Now lift your left foot up and then send the left foot back. High plank to low. Inhale. Up dog. Down dog. Shift back to high plank and lower all the way down onto your stomach. Hands remain underneath your shoulders, elbows to the ribs. Shoelace side of your foot on the mat. Push into your fingers, your hands. Start lifting through the crown of your head. And then articulating the spine upward toward the shoulder blade. Engaging the muscles that surround it to lift up. Stay away from your waistband in all of our back bends. Inhale and exhale. And then come down. Come to your forearm, Sphinx posture. elbows underneath the shoulders, hands, palms down. Push into the shoelace side of your foot. Engage your glutes a bit. Squeeze your bum cheeks. A little, not a lot. And then lift up through the crown of your head. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then come down. Hands right underneath the shoulders, elbows to the ribs, push into the shoelace side. Full cobra, hips stay connected to the floor. You're straightening the arms best you can. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Keep lifting, opening. And then curl your toes under. Lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. Standing series, look forward. Walk, step, or float to the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, reach your arms, gaze up to your thumbs. And exhale, standing in Tadasana. Utkatasana, fierce posture. Bending your knees, press the knees together, and then sit the hips down and back. Reach your arms up. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Squeeze the outer hips in. Sit a little further back. Seek that imaginary chair. Inhale and exhale. Interlace your fingers. Press palms to ceiling. Lower your chest to float over your thighs. Just make your thighs parallel to the floor. Shift your hips back, stack knees over ankles. Lift your toes up, spread them wide. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Two options. One is Bakasana, crow. Hands go underneath onto the mat, knees into the armpit, shift forward, and lift up into your crow. If crow is not part of your practice, take your feet as wide as the mat, sit up tall in your Malasana, yoga squat. Crows, work to straighten your arms, lift your hips, heels up higher to the hips. As you breathe in through the nose and exhale. Crows, send your feet straight back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, down dog, Malasana. Hands under the shoulders, walk the feet back, high plank to low. Inhale, up dog, down dog. Right foot steps forward, left heel spins down, rising up to warrior one. Draw the left hip forward, right knee over ankle, reaching up to the fingertips. Gaze can be forward or up toward the thumbs. Hands can be shoulder distance, or you can press palms together. Breathe in and breathe out. And then exhale, open up to warrior two. Add distance. Breathing. Little external rotation of the thighs, but keep the spine very vertical. So the arms reach out. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Flip your right palm. Reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Stay in your legs. In fact, add on. Pull the heels toward each other. Feel that engagement lifting up the spine to the right arm. Inhale and exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Shorten your stance. Reach forward. Bring your hand to your shin, your ankle, or toe line. Lift up to the left arm. Flattening against an imaginary wall behind you. Draw your right thigh back to your left foot. Keep reaching through the left fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise. Take a deeper warrior two stance. Extended side angle. Right hand can go to the elbow or hand to the floor. Great place for a block. And then left arm lifts, creating that straight line from left ankle to hip to shoulder to wrist. Gazing to your left wrist. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Now pivot to high lunge. Peel the left heel up off the floor. Turn towards the front of your mat, lifting your arms up overhead. Feel tallness. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Push into your left heel, sending the hip bones down. Hands to heart center, twist to the right. Gaze up over your right shoulder. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then exhale, hands to the mat. If you know an arm balance, take it. Hands go underneath the shoulders, right foot to the left, high plank to low, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Lift your hips, roll over the feet. Downward facing dog. 5 breath rest. Option to take a child's posture. Come back to your breath. Make sure it's still even long. Even on the inhale, even on the exhale. 1-to-1 ratio of inhale to exhale. On your next inhale, look forward. Left foot steps forward, right heel spins down, rising up to warrior one. Push into the outside edge of your right foot. Draw your right hip forward. Feel that tallness. Waist up. We're still in Tadasana. So avoid leaning back, but rather pull the lower ribs in a touch. And then energetically reach up through the arms. Inhale and exhale. And then exhale, open up to warrior two. Walk your left foot forward or right foot back. Still very vertical in the spine as your gaze is over your left middle finger. Breathe in and breathe out. Flip your left palm. Reverse your warrior. Stay in the legs. Strong in the lower body, getting long in the upper body. Inhale and exhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Reach forward, and then hand to shin, ankle, or toe bone. Lift up the left arm. Breathe in and breathe out. Triangle posture, Utthita Trikonasana. Reaching up through the right fingertips helps engage the core, and then you can take the upper body to that imaginary wall behind you. Left thigh to right foot. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise. Warrior two. Deepen your stance. Left elbow to knee or hand to floor. Right arm reaches. Push into the outside. Your right foot is nearly parallel to the back of the mat. 5-degree cant. Then you're rolling to the outside edge of the foot. And then reach through the right fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, rise. Pivoting to high lunge. Peel the right heel up at the same time. Turn the hips forward. Squeeze your outer hips in. Left knee over ankle. Feel tall. Keep pushing into the right heel. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Hooking the right elbow to the outside of the knee. Gaze up over the shoulder. Breathe in through your nose. And exhaling. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. High push up to low. Inhale, up dog. Down dog. Walk your hands backwards to your feet, the back of your mat. Folding over your legs, forefinger, middle finger, wrap around the big toe. Lift your chest and then bend your elbows out to the long side of the mat as you let your head hang. Lifting hips up, press thighs back. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Release your toes. Bend your knees, pop your hands underneath your feet, toes on wrist creases, Padahastasana. Lift your chest slightly, flatten the back, and then fold over your legs as you lift your hips up. Breathe. Coming back to our even breathing. Inhale and exhale. And release your arms. Slowly start to roll up, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders roll back and then the head comes up. Place your hands, interlace your hands, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Flip your palms up and then start lifting your chest towards the ceiling. Head falls back, chin and gaze upward. Start engaging your glutes. Shift your hips forward. Standing back bend. So feel yourself rooting into the floor, pushing the outside edge of the feet particularly. Think about lifting up your kneecaps, engaging the front of your thighs as you engage your glutes. And then lift your chest up even more. Relax the shoulders as you reach the arms back. Breathe. In through your nose and exhale. And then very slowly start returning back to standing. Arms come down. Take a moment, let the blood and the equilibrium come back to you. Left foot steps forward, turn toward the long end of your mat. Feet are fairly wide, hands to waist, and then exhale, fold forward. Folding over your legs, place your hands to the imaginary line drawn between your big toes. There are options here, and if you have them, Michael and Jade, maybe, Jade, join us. And you can take your inversion, lifting your hips up, legs wide, and then bring the legs together to touch. If you're taking the inversion, if not, you're just lifting your hips and folding. For those that are taking the inversion, split your legs wide, and then bring your feet back down nice and slow. Inhale, lift your upper body up, hands to waist, chin gaze up to the ceiling, back bend, stretch the front of your throat, come back to neutral. Clasp your hands behind your back. You may want to take a towel or strap between the hands. And then fold forward. Lift your arms up and over. If you have that towel or strap, push it away and rip it in half. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then inhale, hands to waist, chin gaze up to the ceiling, back bend, stretch the front of your throat, shift the hips forward, breathe into your inner thigh, inhale, and exhale. Come back to neutral. Turn to the right, pyramid. Shorten and widen your stance. Push into the outside edges of your feet, get tall. Opposite elbows or reverse prayer. And then hinging at the waist, lead with your sternum and fold over your right leg. Breathe into the back of your right thigh, your hamstrings. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, rising up, turn to the left. Feet are as wide as the hips, right foot trails about 12, 18, maybe 24 inches. Swap out the opposite elbows, push into the outside edges of the feet, get tall, hinge, and fold. Face the top of your mat. I'm going to turn so you can see me. We're going to take tree for our standing balance. Left hand to waist, left elbow draws back. Right knee comes up, opens to the side, foot to thigh, calf, or on top of left foot. Hands come to heart center. Stare at something very distinct. And then start sending your right knee towards the back. Stand taller through the left-hand side of your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Reach up through the fingertips, engage in core. Draw an inch below your belly button to the spine, lift it up to your heart. Feel taller. As you keep tracking that knee backwards. Inhale and exhale. Hands come to heart center, and then very gently, slowly, deliberately come out of posture. Switching sides, you may want to shake your left leg, you may want to give your hips a little shake. Weight shifts to the right foot, right hand to waist, elbow draws back. Feel these muscles around your ribs engage. Left knee up, to the side, foot to thigh, calf, or on top of left foot. Hands to heart center. Press the palms into your sternum. You can push the heels of the palms together. Feel tall. Breathe in evenly and exhale evenly. Reach your arms up, but do something different. So perhaps it's cactus arms, perhaps it's interlacing fingers, palms to ceiling. You can interlace fingers, steeple the forefingers, reaching up. Feel taller, longer, create length here in our standing balance. Inhale and exhale. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And then very slowly, as you can, unwind. Shake out the right leg, give your hips a shake, and come back to standing. Facing the top of your mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, hands to the floor, walk or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, down dog. Jump through to your seat. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock a little side to side. Beyond both sitting bones. Going to work through some core today. Shorts fixed here. And then sitting up tall. Arms reach forward. Start pulling your belly button an inch below it into the spine, up to the heart. Squeeze your outer hips in. Come up onto your toes, stay here, or lift your shins, or extend your arms along the length of your body, or straighten out your legs, staring at your toes for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float your heels 1 inch over your floor. Slowly roll down to the spine. Shoulder blades barely touch. Reach your arms up overhead. Half boat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to full boat. Lifting up. Breathing. Feel tall through the crown of your head. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float again to half boat. Hollow rocks. 10 of them. So you're going to rock from your tailbone to your shoulder. Reach through the arms for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back back to Navasana and hug your knees. Legs straight, Dandasana, hands beside your hips. Sit up tall, press the thighs to the floor, toes to knees. Breathe. In and breathe out. Lifting up to the crown of the head. Thighs to floor, toes to knees. Lift your arms straight up overhead. Lead with your sternum, hinge at the waist, flat back. Let your hands find either your shin, ankles, toes, soles of your feet. Inhale, feel tallness, and exhale, fold a little deeper. Play with your edge, but do so mindfully. Know the difference between a stretch and overstretching. Our yoga postures are confronting, but they should not be painful. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming up. Seated tree. Right foot to the inner thigh, knee to the floor. Lift arms up. Turn and fold over your left leg. Inhale, tall. And exhale, fold. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Inhale, coming up. Left hand to the right knee. Right arm reaches up. Turn the ribs to the right and then reach over your ear toward the left toes. Keep turning chest and face towards the ceiling as you continue to reach. Stay on both sitting bones. Left leg is intentional. Left thigh to floor, left toes to knee. Breathe into your right side body. Inhale, rise, right hand behind you, sit up tall, twist. And then counter twist to the left. Switch your legs out. I'm going to switch directions so you can see me. Right leg straight, left foot to the inner thigh. Lift, turn, and fold. Inhale, coming up, right hand to left knee, left arm lifts, rotate, and reach. Inhale, rise, left hand behind, sit up tall, twist over your left shoulder. And then release, counter twist. Soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. Heels up to the hips. Push the heels into one another. Sit up tall and lean forward, flat or straight back, your choice. Breathe in, feel tallness, and exhale, fold. Inhale evenly, and exhale evenly. And then coming up. Cross the ankles, roll over the top of your feet, and then come to high plank. Lower down onto your stomach. Hands are still under the shoulders. I want to take baby cobra and cobra again, just to make sure the front side of our bodies are warmed up. Push into the shoelace side of your feet, push into your hands, engage your glutes, lift up the crown of your head, baby cobra, lifting up. So now work that articulation of the spine. All the intensity goes towards the shoulder blades. Get it away from the waistband. That is not where we want our back bends to originate from. Inhale and exhale. Now start pushing into the hands. Hips connected to the floor. Gaze is either forward or maybe starts tracking upward. Elbows tight to the ribs. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Up dog. Come to the shoelace side of your feet, only touching the floor and the hands. Thighs are up. Squeeze the front of your thighs, your quadricep. Relaxing your glutes. Let the hips hang and then lift your chest up and breathe in through your nose and exhale. And then curling your toes under, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, draw your chest toward your thigh, and then lowering your knees down to the floor. We're going to take Ustrasana, camel posture. This is where you may want that blanket. You may want, again, to bunch up your yoga mat. So see, as I pull it here, I can create something of a roll, and then I can put my knees right onto that. And then I want you to come up onto your knees, stack your hips over your knees. Your knees are at hips distance. Hands to waist, and I want you to engage your glutes. I don't want you to shift your hips forward, but I want you to become and create awareness there in your bum cheeks. All right? Inhale and exhale. We're going to do a little bit of a warm-up here. I want you to hinge from your knee. No movement in the hip. And then we're going to take the thighs and the upper body and lean backward. Hook your thumbs and place your hands on your chest. And then hinging at the knee, start to lean backward a bit. Your gaze is now towards the ceiling. Pause. Squeeze your knees toward each other and rise back up. Then exhale, hinging at the knees, lean back a bit further. Pause, squeeze the knees toward each other, and then come back. Last one. Exhale, leaning back as far as feels comfortable. Pause, squeeze the knees toward each other, rise and come back. You can't look at the camera and do that. All right, now for Ustrasana. A couple options here. I really want you to listen to your body. No undue pressure in the lower back right above the waistband. Remember, I want the intensity to be here in the mid-back. Right at the base of the shoulder blades is kind of where I want you to think about that thoracic action moving. Here are your options. One is to take your hands, fingertips down, so that your pinkies are touching each other. And then your hands will be based on your sacrum. Your elbows will draw toward each other. You may want to curl your toes under if you're taking the section next option. You can bend at the hips and have your hands on your heels. Wherever you're at, you're going to be shifting your hips forward, lifting your hips up, or your chest up rather, letting your head fall back. Breathe in through your nose and exhale, lifting up the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Squeeze your knees toward each other, come back up. If you want, you can bend the hip, but I want you to avoid the temptation of leaning forward. No flexation in the spine yet. Inhale and exhale, stack back up, hands to sacrum or to your heels, shifting your hips forward, lift the chest up, let the head fall back. Squeeze knees toward each other, come back up. Now take a child's posture. If you're bunched up on your mat, you may need to take the mat out. Knees go as wide as the mat, big toes touch. Hips back toward the heel, come down to the forearm first. Maybe take a little side to side movement and then forehead to the floor. Arms reaching out in front of you. Active child's posture. Crawl your fingertips forward. So now you're just on the tips of the fingers. And then push into those fingers. Send your hips a little closer to the heels. At the same time, separate shoulder blades. Dome the back, rounding. Push the mid back up to the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly lifting up your upper body. Cross your shins. Sit back. Legs go straight. Lift your arms up. Rounding your back. Shoulder blades separate. Push the mid back backwards. Seated forward fold, but this is all about rounding the back as much as you can. Hands find your shins, your ankles. You're probably not getting as deep a bind as perhaps you normally do in your seated forward fold because we're pushing this mid back backwards, letting the head hang and breathe. Deepest counter posture to that very deep back bend that we did, Ustrasana camel. So seated forward fold, counter posture to your back bends. One of them. There's a lot of counter postures. And then inhale, slowly coming up. Lay down onto your back. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Dip your knees in to touch one another. And then let your knees fall to the right. Twisting. Right ankle can go on top of left knee and then work to return the backside of your left hip to the floor, all the while trying to take that left knee down with the right foot. Back through center, dip the knees into each other, press your lower back to the floor, and then switch sides. Knees dip to the left. Left ankle can go on top of right knee. Return best you can. Right hip to the floor. Oof, feels good. Use your breath to let go of what you're holding on to. Come back through center. Hug your knees to your chest. And as you do so, press the lower back, sacrum, tailbone to the floor. Keep drawing the knees closer to your rib cage. Breathe in and breathe out. Supine figure 4 for our hip openers. I want you to place your left foot on the mat, right ankle on top of left knee. Right hand threads through the circle you've created. Interlace your fingers on top of your left shin. Right toes toward right knee. Mindfully start sending your right knee away from you as you lift your head up toward your left knee. And then if you'd like the final add-on, start rolling your lower back, sacrum, tailbone to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. And then release, switch sides, left hand through the circle, interlace, toes to knee, left knee starts tracking away, forehead toward the right knee, press the lower back, sacrum, tailbone to the floor. chest. We've now come to the inversion portion of our practice. And as always, if you've done my classes before, you know lots of options. You can lift your legs straight up in the air as you lay down on your back. You can add a block to that, or if you've got that big cushion or bolster handy, place that underneath your hips. So now your hips are slightly higher than your heart, and your legs are higher than your hips. If you have shoulder stand or headstand in your practice, feel free to take that. And if you'd like to take your legs against the wall, waterfall, Viparita, Virasana, feel free to do that. About 10 to 15 breaths with the legs higher than the hips and the hips higher than the heart. Inversions have a lot of benefits, some of which include challenging the circulatory system, helping to drain the lymphatic system, improving your concentration. You've really got to focus now on keeping those legs up, particularly if you're in free space. If you're in waterfall, I want you to chillax. I want you to relax totally, so don't even think about that. But for everyone else, your concentration is pretty sharp right now on keeping those legs elevated. You're engaging the core. Perhaps if you're in that shoulder stand, you're going to scoot your shoulder blades a little closer. You see wiggle side to side, and you'll notice that the hips get a little higher. Perhaps the knees are forward of the hips, and by engaging core and squeezing thighs, you're now getting a little more stack of the knees vertical over the hips. And then someday you'll get the hips over the shoulders. That's the really hard part there in a shoulder stand. So about another 5 to 8 breath cycles, depending on how long it's taken you to set up. For those that have taken waterfall, you will stay there for your meditation. Of course, you want to go to Savasana, but waterfall is a really wonderful way to practice your meditation, as well as continuing to get the benefits of inversions. For those in shoulder stand, you'll move through your plow, your deaf man posture, and then if you'd like to take upward facing seat, if that's in your practice, or you can roll down and then take fish. Be careful when you're rolling down, don't do that too quickly. For headstanders, if you've been legs straight up in the air, so headstanders, you're going to take child's posture. For those legs up in the air, you can give yourself just a hug, knees to the chest, maybe take a little happy baby, work your hips some, anything to just bring movement. Then finally, as you finish up your counter postures to the inversion, begin to settle into your form of rest. That can take many shapes, that can take many forms. Whether that's a seated meditation, perhaps you want to sit on your bolster or pillow or a block to get the hips a little higher. If you're particularly notice if your knees are high, then I highly recommend sitting on that block, and now you'll notice that the knees are at or lower than the hips. If you want to take Savasana corpse posture as you lay on your back, legs at 30 degrees, arms at 30 degrees, palms up. Everyone create length in the back of your neck by drawing your chin slightly to your chest. Feel that elongation. Let go of all effort in your body. Let go of your deliberate breathing. And take these next few minutes to either scan your body, you can go through body part by body part, an auto-relaxation technique. You can become the observer of your breath. And by that I mean, instead of doing breath, as I was encouraging you throughout our practice, I want you to now just Pretend almost like you're watching a movie. You're watching something happen, and notice the length of the breath, the inhale, the exhale, the shape. Is it stronger at the beginning? So does it feel like a big balloon, a bulge in the balloon? And then does it taper down as you finish the inhale? Same thing with the exhale. Where is the major effort? And then what is the shape of the breath? Noticing the quality of the breath. Is it even? Does it happen in stages? Are there pauses? Finally, you can just meditate, being present, here in the moment. Start bringing some awareness to your body by wiggling your fingers, your toes, engage your calves, your thighs. If you're laying on your backside, roll to the right hand side of your body in a fetal position. Rebirth, reawakening. And then with eyes closed, press it to a seated posture. Spine long, chest lifted, shoulders away from ears or straight over knees. Tallness through the crown of your head. Ending our practice where it began, 3 long, even breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Bring hands together at heart center. Reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of our practice together. The light in me honors the light in you. We bow towards one another. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for sharing your energy, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.